Water Solutions Unlimited, invoice number 7468337, that is chemicals.
Motion?
Move.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Utility Supply Company, invoice 1564635.
Motion? So moved. Second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
And then Baumgartner Asphalt Services, invoice 260026-2. I would like to explain that one too. We were over what we initially had as an estimate on that. That was the work we did on East Cemetery Road on East Gulf East. So we were over just about 5,000 on that. So that's what that difference is.
Motion's the difference of material, or?
Yeah, we did. We actually did a little bit extra when we were there.
Okay.
So,
Makes sense. I'll move.
Second? All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
This brings us to Tom Marshall. A few different things tonight. As you can see on your packets, they're all going to look the same, except I've added on the right-hand side the numbers of arrests. So we've gotten, the Cloverdale Police Department has gotten 2 felony arrests, 16 misdemeanor arrests, and 2 warrants in the month of June. On the left-hand side, just for your personal preference, you can see which officers are being the most productive. If they have numbers missing, and then means that they can get the rest of them. Currently, right now, Cloverdale Police Department is working on 3 different grants. One of them is for $100,000 for vehicles. The second one is a mixture between the police department and the school. It's going to, I forget what the radio is called. It's basically like a transmitter that they put inside of the middle school and high school. So when Roger's inside of the building or anybody that's filling in, it boosts the radio frequency so he can hear it instead of hearing static whenever we need him to come out. And then the last grant we have is roughly around $465,000 worth of gear. Tasers, body cams. We're looking into a drone. We've got 2 officers that are drone, or 1 officer that's drone certified already. There's quite a different things of gear to go in with that grant. And there's really not much to them. Just wanted to keep you informed on what we were looking into. We've got 3 different grants going. As far as surplus for the 2019 F-150, it is still up at maybe more. I have not received any further information. Kent Goldman called me yesterday and was asking what we were basically wanting done with it. I just told him that we were wanting to get looked at and see what's wrong with it, how much it's worth. If we need anything else done, then just let me know. I'll talk to Kent. So we're just getting it evaluated right now. Is that it? All right. Town manager.
Can I clear one thing? I didn't hear. Did you say 465,000 or?
Yep.
Okay.
That was a total, or was that the?
That
It's
$465,000 worth of equipment, basically, is what we're asking for. Ask for more, probably going to get less, but that's what we sent up. It's roughly about that.
so that
On that grant.
So that 465 was just for gear, but you had a separate grant for the vehicle and school.
Yes.
So those are all 3 separate.
Yes. 3 separate grants.
You're up.
Town manager?
Now manager, that's your new title now.
The Elker Water Grant, just wanted to update you, they started construction yesterday. We did have our pre-construction meeting 2 weeks ago. They started construction up
Bickle Club Road and 231, they're gonna be boring under there. Now, the pipe's not in, but you probably saw the equipment up there if you've been through there, so. We think that portion will be done in the next probably 14 days, and then they're gonna be starting on the water plant. So, it's 2 different projects, but it has started. The 2026 CCMG, I sent, there's 2 parts to CCMG. Maybe we can just talk about all of it at the same time.
Is that the one we were tabling?
Well, no, I don't want to table this one, but there is the CCMG for what would be 2027 round.
Got it.
Which is Kylie Way. You'd asked me to speak with a consultant about doing a design there. I sent that to Greg last week and end of last week, so we need to look at a few things on that. But the 2026 CCMG, I did talk to Kelly about whether you guys were, and wanted to talk to you guys, whether you guys were interested in, and we briefly talked about this at the last meeting, doing a project with CCMG that we would have to submit in September, by September 30th of this year, doing a smaller project similar to what we did last time. It would just be resurfacing, it would not be any stormwater, curbs, sidewalks, anything like that. Just a simple project of resurfacing. I did have Kelly send you a list of the streets that I put together. I compared those streets, I drove around the streets, but then I also put them against our PAM, our Pavement Asset Management Plan. Came up with a list of streets that I'm trying to keep in the $600,000 range, which means we would have to come up with about $120,000 if we pay our 20%. So just working on that. I had that sent to you this week. If you want to look through your packets, you'll see the streets that I recommend, I guess. I don't know if those are going to fit within our budget, so we might have to back out some of those. But I want you guys to see at least the ones I was recommending. I will say the majority of them were definitely in the Stardust area. So just look through that list that I sent to you, and we can have that conversation. We do need to get something submitted by September 30th if we're going to do that. This is just a simple, there's not a whole lot of engineering involved in this. Last project, we didn't do any inspection on those or anything like that. It's just simple
Lay asphalt.
lay asphalt. It's a pretty easy project to do. The state will pay 80% of the project if we go on it. So I think, provided we don't have any serious neglect of other streets, that this would get us through several more years without having to do any more paving in town, so that we can start looking at the bigger project, kind of what we looked on Kylie Way and Monon. So I think this kind of sets us up. If we can get these streets done, next year go in Kylie Way, year after that go in Monon is kind of what I'm projecting. There's a lot of factors, but I think our finances would be okay to do that. So I'm just asking you to look through that list. If you have issues with that or concerns, or if you think there's something else that needs to be resurfaced, or if you don't want to resurface any at all, that's fine too. These are the streets I think definitely could use some attention.
The numbers next to those, are those like square footage or something?
That's the distance. Yeah, and I should put that on there. Kelly asked me the same thing. That's the in feet, how long. That's not the width of the street, it's just the length of the street.
Got it.
And I just estimated that based off of GIS, so that's not exact. When we send the application in, we're gonna have to actually measure it. But I just wanted your thoughts on that. If those are streets you want to try to tackle, if there's one you want to take off, that's fine. If you want to put one on, that's fine as well. But I just wanted your input. We've got another month and a half before we really have to get serious about it.
So for next meeting, if everybody can just go through that list and evaluate.
And we'll come up with a per foot price, so we know what we can kind of do at that point, and I'll have that ready for you now, or by the next meeting.
And in the prior analysis that we have, did they like rank worst streets?
Yeah.
Are these in ranked order?
There's one that's not, and it is what is Hoagie Carmichael Way now. I don't know what happened with it last winter, but it really fell apart last
Yeah.
winter. They don't normally do that, but I noticed it really deteriorated. So what we do with Hoagie Carmichael is, and it's not all of Hoagie Carmichael, we just resurfaced the south portion
That last piece.
last year. So it's only from there all the way up to Stardust. Now, something with that I want to bring up, if you remember, I had talked to you about restriping both of those. Well, I've since found out that that can go under CCMG as well. So that's why we've taken that off the agenda, at least for now. If we get it under CCMG, I guess I never dreamt that was something that qualified. When I did find out it qualified, I thought, well, we're not going to do that. Let's just see if we can get that included. So I'm pulling that off at least temporarily until we can see if we can get it as part of the CCMG project. So that's why it's not on the agenda. So, and then we could, if we want to do, you know, if we're getting paid 80%, we might want to do Cody Carmichael and Stardust. So I'll keep you posted on that. The next item is Title VI and the ADA compliance. That was in your packets. We are required to present that to the council. There's no action, formal action needs to be taken on that, but it does have to be presented at a meeting, and it is in your packets. That's something we have to do, I don't remember, I think it's every 3 years. I don't know if our consultants probably know what ADA is, but it's every few years you have to update your Title VI and ADA if you want any type of, any type of NDOT funding, you've got to have that in place. So, that's all I have as town manager for the moment. And monthly reports, I assume, are those in your packet?
Yes.
Okay.
So Kelly has a little, basically a letter since she's not here. She's basically saying as we just found out, everything's in the packets. The annual fire contract was paid in June. We're scheduled to go live with the new software on September 14th. We've begun training and preparing for that. There is a month gap between when the current contract and voice software and the new BSA&A software starts. They have asked us to go ahead and pay the annual renewal for the old version of that, and that'll be credited after we start new software. They're just going to credit us the money that we pay, that way we don't have a gap. We need a motion, second, and a vote for approval to do that. So can I get a motion to pay the 1 month that will be credited to the new service once it starts?
Just 1 month we're paying, or we're paying a full year? And then
We're just paying 1 month right now to close out this contract, and then we'll start the new software with the new contract.
Got it. Yeah, I'll move for that.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Public hearing for the 2027 budget will be at September 8th, council meeting. The adoption meeting will take place at the October 13th council meeting. Must have a quorum for those meetings, so guys, we need to make sure everybody can attend those. If you can't attend those meetings, we need to make arrangements so we can get them all within the time frame. And we need 2 councils to work on the budgeting talks for the 3 separate meetings. Do I have anybody that wants to volunteer to sit on that budget meeting?
I will.
Okay, and Larry? It might be tough with me being out of town, if you're available. All right, so we've got our 2 members for that. And that was it for that. And ordinances and resolutions. We have the park board opening that's been open for quite a while, and Scott Wall has volunteered himself to participate on that board. If I can get a motion from a council member for that? Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Scott? You're officially on the park board, thank you.
Thank you.
And then we have ordinance 2026-3, the park board clarification for the first reading. That should be in the packets. I think that was She sent that over to Richard, I believe.
Yes.
Let's see here.
He just had to do some tweaks on some of the wording, I think.
When did that happen, do you know?
I know they've been going back and forth for the last couple of months on this.
Are we ready to adopt it? I guess I don't know. I apologize.
Well, we've got it on the agenda. Do we want to hold off until next meeting so we can get,
If there were supposed to be, Richard didn't give me anything to bring,
so I think we
apologize.
best wait for clarification from Richard to
I'll make a note for him.
move that forward.
Right.
So the old business, we still have a Ward 2 vacancy, so if anybody knows anybody that they would like to recommend, please reach out to one of the board members or Kelly or anybody right now. Were we gonna discuss the annexation, or do we wanna table that, Jason?
Did Richard give you anything on that?
That's kind of again with Richard, so.
I do know that we've got the Old Eagle Club property has signed the annexation.
So we've got two of the five.
And then the school also signed, but honestly, I'm prepared to proceed. The one we really wanted to get was and that was requesting the annexation, was the Old Eagle Club.
And we got that.
And we got that. So they signed, Tammy, was that today? Oh, where's Tammy?
She's back there.
Oh, okay. Tammy, I think it was today they signed, or maybe yesterday. I don't remember.
Okay.
So I'm prepared to proceed, but I know Mr. Shagley will, you know.
Yes.
So we just need a motion to go ahead and,
I think
Or
it's
just
probably just.
general discussion?
I mean, is there any reason we can't table this that you're aware of?
What, I think you guys can also go through with it, and we do annexations frequently. If Richard has already been consulted on all of these, and
He prepared all the documents.
yeah, I think you guys, it's fine to go forward with it, been signed, and they were already prepared by Richard. It's whatever you guys want to do today, though.
Okay. Do you think they have to take any formal action?
I mean, we've already kind of been moving forward with it, so it's just gonna,
I think, yeah, I don't think so.
If you want to be safe, we table it.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for a year and a half. I don't know if another meeting's gonna,
okay.
we can just wait. It's not a big deal.
Yep.
So we got the town hall sign.
I'm supposed to have a contractor here, you guys asked me, he's not been here yet.
Nothing update there. And then we're holding off on the Kylie Way engineering.
That's the one we were taking.
So new business, insurance. We have an insurance guy here.
Woohoo! Favorite month of the year when we talk about insurance, so. Very happy, I was looking forward to this meeting. It's refreshing to me for once. We've had years over the past where we struggled to get 2 quotes, sometimes 1 quote, 2 weeks before the renewal in August. We've always wanted to be able to come out here with everything signed, sealed, and delivered for the July meeting to give you all plenty of time. The hard work that Kelly and all of you have put in to kind of dot some i's, cross some t's, and just clean some things up have gotten us to where we are tonight. And we've brought to you in the packet multiple quotes from multiple carriers. And I remember 3 or 4 years ago, I believe one of the town council members had the goal of, wanting to make sure that people were fighting to get your business, not you fighting to get the proper coverage at an affordable price. This is the year that I believe it's kind of come to fruition. We had 4 very, very, very competitive quotes, including the renewal quote with the current carrier. It was not out of line with the benchmarking you see across the state. However, we had 3 carriers step up to provide an offer well under the renewal with EMC. The 2 primary were Bergman Flower through HCC, and then CWG came in with a proposal almost $20,000 under the renewal with EMC. We provide a lot of information in the packet. Anytime you go to switch carriers, every single insurance contract's different. We all know that. There's pros and cons that we've highlighted out there for you to review. But 4 very reputable carriers are on the table. Kelly asked me, and I talked to her briefly about it last week, and she kind of pushed me for a recommendation. And it depends on what you all want, and I'm comfortable with all of them. You all understand, hopefully, the differences in each of them. You can't go wrong. It's 4 very good carriers, 4 very good offers. And I'm pleased to be able to come to you with, hey, we can save a lot of money. Last year, we really tackled it from a coverage standpoint, a line item standpoint. We got rid of some things that frankly we didn't need, that you all decided, hey, we can self-insure that. So not only have you cleaned up the risk management, the loss control side of things, you put yourself in a financial position where you don't have to spend all of your dollars on insurance premium. You've been able to take on some of that risk yourselves from a property standpoint and some other lines. So, job well done. This is one of those cases that makes me feel like we've done our job. You all have done your job. I feel it's been a great partnership to get to where we're at. So the 4 options on the table, I'm good with any of them. As I said, each has pros and cons. I like where we're at, so I would welcome any feedback or questions from all of you. So.
These are all just 1-year commitments?
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
We do this every year.
Yep, every year.
So based on the information that's in your packets, can I get a motion for one of the preferred coverages?
I would move for Continental Western.
And that was for the $46,079.
Yes.
And can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And then we've got the work comp. And again, based on what's in your packets, can I get a motion for
The iPad for CWG.
You said what?
iPad for CWG are the 2 that we brought.
I see 3 numbers.
Well,
Current carrier.
Correct.
Got it.
2.
Yeah, understood. And selective, that's what you call something different?
Yeah, it's selective. We didn't recommend the package. They were not competitive.
Got it.
So I would not consider them for the work comp either.
Understood, yeah. I would move we go with CWG on that one as well.
second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Andrew. It has been a pleasure again.
It was painful this time.
That was an easy
This
sentence.
opens us up to citizens' comments. Does anyone have anything they want to share?
I've got one comment from a citizen. It's our clerk treasurer texting in from East Chicago.
Okay.
She's apparently watching.
Oh, we do have a live feed.
Yeah, no, she knows something. But she did want to, if we could, if it's, you're okay with revisiting annexation, she says that if you want to move forward with the annexation of the parcels we have, that you do need to approve moving forward and direct her to advertise in the newspaper. That will keep us on schedule, is what she said.
Okay,
So, again, the 2 that we've got is the Beagle Club property.
so we'll move the ones that
Correct.
are completed.
Correct, so she's just asking if you'll just
So
make the
can I get a motion to approve the moving forward on the ones that are ready?
So moved.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is that all she had?
Kelly?
Kelly?
That's all she takes, all she said.
All right, so now that'll take us into the citizen comments. If there is nothing, meeting adjourned. Thanks, everybody, for coming.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
When you get those signed, you'll get those back.
Yes, sir.
Sure, that's why we're giving it to you. Yeah, I got it.
Looks like-
Okay, I'll make it.
Oh, you're fine.
So what's the summer?
None of it. Yeah.